Hey guys, welcome back to Easeldoesitstudio. So today we're going to do mix-to-mold. I am going to attempt this snail and hope I don't break his little eyeballs off. I really would like to do him in mix-to-mold, and I'm afraid of the eyes, but I'm going to do it anyways. So I ended up getting some more mix-to-mold at Hobby Lobby. I had to order it because we don't have a Hobby Lobby close to where I live. So I ended up ordering it and had it shipped in. So I got 4 buckets this time, so hopefully we'll have enough for a little bit. And I don't remember how much this takes. So we're just gonna mix up a bunch and see how much, where we get with it. All right, hang on here. I thought I had got everything out of here, and I'm seeing a little bit more something's in here. All right, that looks pretty good. So we're also going to be testing out some of the fluorescent colors. These are the ones that I got off Temu. So I pulled out the fluorescent colors. So we're going to do the snail in the fluorescent royal blue. And yeah, we'll just kind of see how that looks. And then I've got the turtle one that we had done this in resin. So I'm going to mix 2 greens to pour him in the mix-to-mold. And then I have 2 little bowls that I'm going to turn into plant pots. So yeah, that is what we are going to do today. So hopefully this will be a fairly quicker video, I should say. And I'm just going to turn my molds upside down until I'm ready to pour them, because you guys all know how messy I am. All right, so this is the mix-to-mold. So I'm just going to I am thinking like 10 ounces. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, that's what we're gonna start with, around that, and see. All right, so we're at 8. All right, so I've got 12 in there, so hopefully once we add the water, it will, wherever it ends up is where it's going to end up. And do I? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another cup and I'm going to slowly pour and mix. That way I can mix it in the cup. And let's get some powder in here first. I have missed the mix-to-mold. I've been out, and oh my word, I've been dying to do some more. So this Friday coming up, the 11th, I have the art walk, which I display my paintings and my crafts. So I figured I'd try to get a few different things that I haven't brought, you know, before. And that way we can see. And it's going to depend on the weather. If it's predicting rain, I'm not going to go to this one, but I do have a craft show coming up the 26th, which is indoors. So yeah. So we're going to be doing some more of the propagation molds and the wax burner molds, because I think those are going to sell fairly well, I hope. All right, let me see. Once I get this mixed, I'm gonna, I mean, that's a good consistency. I don't want it too thin, but I don't want it super thick either. So, all right, let's see what we have for ounces. Oh, of course, this one doesn't have the ounces. Are you kidding me? So, we're close to the 10 ounces, I'd say. So, let's go ahead and get some of this blue in there. So, these I have not opened. And we will see what we get with that, because it is going to lighten up. Oh, but that's a nice marble color. I think I'm going to add just a couple more drops and swirl that, and I think that'll be pretty. All right, let's just go with this and see what happens. So I'm pouring this one first so that I know it will have the longest time to set. And I am going to try to pour in the head first so that I can get these eyes smushed. My daughter's been wanting this one in the mix-to-mold as a plant pot, so I'm like, well, we might as well just try it. Crap. I'm going to have to mix up a little bit more. Oh, this sucker's going to be heavy. All right, so all right, we'll start with that. We'll get this mixed. And like I said, I do not measure any of the casting powders. They are pretty forgivable, and I haven't had a problem yet. And just a smidge more water. All right. And it didn't like take over the blue, so all right, we'll stir this in. And that looks about the same. A little bit lighter, but whoa, crap. All right, I guess we're gonna have to take a little out. All right, what can I put? All right, we're gonna leave that like that. And let's see, what can I gotta pull something a little out to just pour some extras in. So let's just take this. Okay. I'll wipe the stick. I'm gonna put this cup over here and I can wash that. Put the cover on this one. All right, that looks good. So I'm gonna slide this one back. Let me wipe this here a little bit. This stuff is so messy. I think that's why I like it so much. Let's do the turtle next. So I think I'm gonna use the regular green and the fluorescent green. And we will swirl that in the turtle and see what we get. I'm gonna get my pin. There we go. Had a bubble there. Okay. So let's get our powder in here, and I'm thinking I can use a smaller cup on this guy because I think it was like 5 ounces or so. So we will put. All right, that's 7. And I'm just gonna take a cup and we'll do the same way that we did that one. We'll pour and mix and pour and mix. So that way it mixes up much easier. So I don't know how I'm going to finish any of these. On the bowl, I think I want to do some sort of something with like a stencil floral paint on the sides. I don't know. Oh, crap. Yeah, might as well just pour that, get some water in there. Because if we make it too thin, we can just add more powder. So this one I am going to pour a little bit thinner just because of the detail in this mold. That might be too thin, we'll see. Yeah, just a smidge too thin. That's my cup. Yeah, that's better. All right. So let's put the darker green. I'm hoping that the fluorescent will show through. Do 3 of that. And we'll do 4 of that, and we will just kind of see what we get when we blend that in. I'm going to do a little bit more of the fluorescent because I do want that to stand out a little bit. If not, it's still going to be a pretty green, even if it's not really marbled. But it looks good on the sides. I'm going to pour a little bit. Bang it. Because this has it's 4 turtles all together. All right, I'm gonna move this back here so I don't knock it over. And we will fill that. Oops. So that is already starting to get thick. Let me grab one of my other turtle molds. Finding the one that I wanted. All right, we'll just do this little, because I don't want to do the green in with that, I don't believe. All right, so we'll just do a bit more. Too thin. All right. That's 2 drops. And let's do that. And we will just stir. And this is definitely a little bit darker. That's the only thing I don't particularly like with the liquid colorants. Because if you mix up too much, or I mean not enough, and you try to mix the same color, a lot of times you don't get that same color. And I keep missing the tail on this little guy, so I guess we will, we will see. And then we'll slide that over there. And what next? All right, so because that's light, let's do that, and we'll swirl it, and we will, I'm gonna break the feet off this frog, I know it, but we're gonna try anyways. I'm just gonna maybe what I should do is pour his feet in resin once that's cured. That's an option. So we'll let him cure and we will see. I'm gonna put that in the dirty cup pile. All right, now we will get, so these are 4.5. I think I'm gonna do the blue. I think this one's gonna be a 5. I think I'm gonna do this one the same way we did that one, because I really like that color, and then I can finish that off. So we will, I'm gonna empty this bag. You know, I always start with like, okay, I'm gonna make 2 or 3 things, and I end up with a crap ton. No, it's just what happens. All right, let me get this one open. So we are supposed to have more bad weather tonight. It's a very gloomy day. I'm trying to get this to break. Oh, goodness. Let me use my scissors. There we go. And I like the way that Hobby Lobby sent me the powder because they were individually in a box. Whenever I bought them through Michael's or Amazon, they come loose in a box, which really sucks. So like I said, I want some for that one, so we're gonna make a little bit more. And we will mix this. You know, I might not get the exact same blue, but I'm gonna try. So what I'll do is I'll pour try to make some to finish that one, and then we'll finish mixing the rest. All right, we're gonna go with that consistency. And, all right, it was just that one blue, right? I'll put a squirt. And then we will stir that in. And let's see how close we are. Oh, goodness me, we got it close. I think this jar has a cover somewhere, but I don't know exactly where, so we're just gonna get the rest of this mixed up for the jar here. So because I know this is going to make it a light blue, I'm hoping that I definitely am going to have to make more, guys. I know it. I might as well. I guess we'll start with that. And but maybe I will swirl like a pink with the blue. And that way we can, you know, try a different, another color too. Because this is a very, very light base. you know, like baby sky blue. So let's try this one. This is fluorescent crimson red. With this blue. So put 4 drops of the blue. We'll give that a little bit of a stir in because I want it light. All right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can see what we get. Because I'm thinking we could get some purple in here with this. And I do want to blend it enough so that it's not that vibrant. I want it to be that pastel-y kind of color. Maybe another drop of blue. Just a swirl. There, I think something like that. And we will just pour this one. That is really pretty, guys. So I'm watching it on the side. So I don't want it to blend too much, but I also don't want bubbles around that lid if I can help it. All right, so I can see some bubbles right here. So we are getting a little bit of purple in there. Hopefully we have it throughout, but let me just grab we'll grab 2 coaster molds and see if we have enough to pour those. I think we'll have enough to do 1 anyhow. So that is going to work because that can be our base under our plant pot. It's already setting up, guys. So the thicker your batter is, the faster it's going to cure. All right, so let's just move this to the back of the pile here. And see if We can slide these back. All right, now we have got this one left and a coaster. So I'm just gonna scrape this out and then I'll wipe it with a paper towel. And let me see, what other colors are we gonna do? Let's do, let's see, I'll just put this in here and then I can break it apart and we can use it as fill in something. All right, let's get, get this wiped out, my stick, and put a little bit of water and wipe this out. You know, someday when I have enough money and I can get a complete, like, floor for my studio that I can have running water and a sink. Yeah, I gotta keep playing the Powerball because I ain't winning anytime soon, guys. Just saying. All right, so now I can at least move these back. So these were thinner and see how they're still wet. These are all, the rest are, those are curing. All right, so I'm gonna flip this, put it over there for now, and we will get some powder. So you lose anywhere from an ounce to 2 ounces when you pour the water. All right, so that's 6. I know that takes 4.5. So we're gonna pour that in there. And then the coaster is like 4 ounces as well. All right, so that should be enough to do this bowl and the coaster. This is really pretty. It's like a lavender, guys. And I still have forgot to bring my light down. I'm now thinking of it, but yep, it's still upstairs on my makeup dresser. Someday. All right, so we're gonna end up, I'm looking at my colors over here. I think we're going to use the fluorescent purple and maybe a pink. I'm trying to gauge where the other one was, so I'm not making too much. think I'm gonna go with this and see where we end up. All right, so this is fluorescent peach, which looks like a pink. And then this is fluorescent purple. And I thought those two colors might go good together. But I do need my pen because I haven't opened either one. Oh, that one I already opened. Okay, so let's do the darker color first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 drops. And let's give that a swirl, see what we get for a color. So these are just the water-based pigments that I got on Temu. And 1, 2, 4, 5, and a little bit. Let's see. Three more of the purple. I don't know if it's going to show up as purple, but we're gonna find out. All right, so let's get this poured. And this gives a like a really faint marbly look, almost like the marble that you would get in like a granite, like a marble countertop with a lot of little swirls through it. That's kind of what it's reminding me of, and I'm hoping that it stays like that. And I just want to finish filling that. Just give it a little tap tap. And hopefully we have enough to fill this. Oh my gosh, guys, I did it. I guessed the right amount. Look at that. Yay! Let's see, there's a bubble that popped up. Alrighty, guys. So I will bring all my dirty stuff upstairs. I will get that washed, and I will be back in about an hour when they're all ready to demold. And hopefully we can get our snail out without a problem. Alrighty, guys, I'll be back. Okay, guys, these should be all cured. These ones are still a little warm, but everything else is cool. This one is still a little warm. So we're going to give him a little bit more time. This one is completely cured. So let's demold. and see what we've got. Oh, I like it. Oh, we got a couple bubbles. Crap. Oh, I like this, guys. And once I sand that, that should blend right in, but that is really pretty. Okay. So we've got one. We'll do the pink last. We'll do this one. Hopefully, we got I think a few bubbles in here. Oh, no, they're just speckles. Oh, yep, a couple. Very little ones, though. Very little. Yeah. Some are, yeah, those are bubbles. Okay. But let's see what we got for color. So this is the side. All right, you know what? Hang on. I'm going to run up and get my other light because it's not even remotely showing the colors. So hang on. I'm going to put you on a pause. I'm going to go get my other light. Okay, guys, I'm back. That was easier than I thought. So this is still not really showing the color. It's a very pastel pink with a little bit of a purpley hue in it. So I'll have a little tiny sanding to do around here, but nothing much. So this is the back. I am so nervous on my snail. Oh. Got a few bubbles. The crap. But that will make a cute little, and I'll drill some holes in the bottom and we will have a beautiful little plant pot. Okay. Let's attempt this. I'm not worried about the snail itself. I'm worried about the eyeballs. That's my fear. That is my fear. I got a few little micro bubbles. It's really pretty so far. All right, so let me try real carefully. Get that over the head. Ooh, okay, we got the head. All right. So I'm trying to push with my thumb as I'm lifting the bottom. That's why you see my thumb in there, because I'm trying. Come on. You're almost there, little eyeball. Pop out. Pop out, please. Oh, we got one out. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, look, we have one eyeball. All right, so I'm gonna do, let me find the other eye. So I can do the same thing. We did it, guys. We did it. Oh my word. Let me fix my mold here. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, really? My light just went off. All right. So that is the inside. And look, he's so adorable. He is so adorable. My goodness. So I will definitely be making some more of him in some different colors. Oh, he's beautiful. Oh, so yeah, what I did is I put my thumb like this on the top of the eye where I could feel it. And then I was pulling the mold until I kind of got it like to here. And then I was able to roll it. So that's kind of how I got that out. He was the one I was nervous about. So, yay. And this one I'm going to leave for 24 hours because I think I'm going to fill this with resin. And I'll do like a resin coat on the bottom, but I've got to make sure there's no moisture in there. So we're not going to demold him today. I will demold him on a different video. All right, so let's see how our little turtle guys came out. And I'm sure that they should be very cute. And I love these real pliable molds. There we go. Oh, look it. And we got no bubbles. Oh. Is it, no, that's like a, there was something in my mold. I thought it was a bubble, but it's not. Oh, that came out so cute. So I don't know how I'm going to finish this guy off. I'm not sure on that yet. But that came out amazing. All right, let me move my mold over here. And let's get the pink bowl. This is the one I'm going to try something on once we get it out. All right. But we've got some nice marbling. You still can't see it the greatest, but I will get some final picks. All right, so that's the bowl. Somehow I got some green in there, smidges of it, but that is okay. We did get a few little bubbles around the top, but I mean, the plant's gonna cover that, and I could sand it, but So I am going to seal just the outside of this so that I can try the stencil paint thing that I want to try on there. All right, so let's get the other little snail out. Or shell, cog shell, I don't know what these are called. I absolutely love this mix to mold stuff. Whoa, well that came out easy. And we have some nice variation in the greens, which is what I wanted. And we can put a little plant in this as well. So, yay! Success all the way around so far. All right, let's get our bottom to our... Not a lot of veining in this, but it's, and we got 2 bubbles, but it's just, you know, the catch basin to the jar. So that is totally fine. I do have a little bit of cleanup on the, you know, like around here, but that's not, I mean, we can actually even take the deburring tool and just kind of scrape that off like that. That's how easy that is. And if you do it now, while it's still fresh, it definitely works better than if you wait for it to 24 hours for it to really harden up. So I might as well just get this done. And you could take a Dremel too. Usually that's what I do when I'm not on camera, but just trying to show there's different ways of you know, getting these little sharp edges. And they're not, these are not real sharp. It's just that little tiny bit of overage, so. Yeah. So, all right. I'm going to put a glove on. I'm going to seal the outside of this. We'll let it dry, and then I will do the eyes on this. And then we will, I don't know, we'll do a little something with our little turtles here. All right, let me grab a glove. Actually 2, because this stuff is so sticky. So I'm gonna coat the outside of this and the outside of these 2 pieces. Because if I tried to put a stencil on here, it's not gonna stick. So, and the same thing, I mean, I could probably paint the eyes, but if I went out of line, I wouldn't be able to clear it off. So, move you, because I work closer to myself, so I want to make sure that I'm under camera. And this is what I'm going to use for that very first, that initial coat. And then once everything dries, I will spray seal it with the 2x gloss spray sealer. And you can use Rust-Oleum, 2x, any gloss. you know, and you could paint it on. I just don't like brush marks. And I always seem to get brush marks with no matter what I do. Oh, we still got a little turtle here too. But let's get these sealed. So, and this first coat is going to sink right in. But look at, now you can see those colors coming to life. And doing it with a gloved hand like this, you get no brush marks. You get a nice, smooth finish. So this is how I seal them. Even if I'm using this for the whole thing, I will do this on the inside as well, because then I don't have any brush marks. And I'm not going to do the bottom or the inside. I just want to get that outside done so when I go to put the paint on it, it will stick. So I'm just gonna do a thin coat. And I might as well do the whole outside if I'm gonna, that way it will match. Because, you know, we don't want to have a mismatched snail. You know, and I could have taken the time and sanded these, but, you know, that's the beauty of handmade items, is you get a few little imperfections. Yeah. And you can already see the shine on it. And let's get our little buggers out here. You know, doing this, you do have a harder time getting into the little nitty-gritty spots, but like I said, this is just that first initial layer. And I do have a wax too, and I haven't tried using the wax yet, so the crap weather has already started, and I grabbed baby back ribs to put on the grill for dinner, so I'm going to be out in the rain and sleet cooking. Lovely, lovely. All right, and I'm not doing the bottom, so that way the moisture can continue to come out. All right, that's it for those. And let's see, what am I going to use for a brush? That's, all right, so this is the stencil that I was thinking about putting on. And I was just, wherever it's stuck is where I was going to put the flower decal. You know, kind of like that. So maybe one of the things is off. And then I was going to do one of these on the side. So this is just a pack that I got that has these two, and I got these at Michael's. And then I was thinking maybe this one, because that one I could get the whole thing. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. All right, I guess we'll try the flower for this time and see. And these are sticky, which is why I needed to get that sealed so that this would stick. All right, that is laying nice and flat. And it's a little crooked, but that's fine. It's a flower. I'm trying to think how I want to apply the paint. I'm thinking if I dabbed it, that might work better than a brush. I don't know. I don't know. Let me... I'm going to put a little bit of paint on the bottom of this. So I picked out dioxazine purple. Oh. See, and that's the other thing too, is if you got it sealed, then it won't stick if you get it anywhere else. I'm thinking maybe, ooh. All right, let me just try this and see. All right, so I don't know how that is gonna look, but let's take this off and see. Oh, I like it. I like it. All right, so I'm gonna stick this down and I'm gonna wipe this off so that I can set this back on another spot. I just don't want to have a lot of, and I definitely don't want any paint on the back side. So I'm just All right, so then I'm gonna let this dry over here, and let's put one of these on one side to see, because then what I want to do is do the same thing on the opposite side. And we'll put the other side. And that way I can try and get them as even as possible. That's almost to the top. More at an angle. And that's the hardest thing, is trying to get your angles right. All right, that looks... All right, that looks about right. One may be a little higher than the other, but we're just gonna go for it. We are. So I'm just gonna take my little corner over here. We're just gonna dip in the paint. So you can do this as light or as dark as you want. You can let it dry and then do a second coat. It's just all in what you... And you could use a brush, because these are stuck down, but I wanted that, like a rough look, like the, yeah, I don't know what it's called. You know what I mean. Just stay inside the little stencil area though. And that's the hard thing, like using a paper towel like this, is you got to be careful you don't go outside of where you've got your stencil down. All right, so let's pull one side off slowly. Look at that. I'm gonna put that down so we can clean it. Oh, that is beautiful. Now, do I want to do the other side? That's, where did I put my stencil? Right here. I don't know, maybe we leave it just on one side, All right, let me just see. All right, so this would be, all right, let's clean this. Oh, I don't need to clean that right off. All right, so this is this side. And I gotta do that after. I'm just gonna let these dry like that. I don't care if there's paint that's on there. All right, let's get this part done. I was gonna try to put the other ones on, but I need to get closer to these little flower bit things. So that's a little different angle. It's fine. And then we'll move this one up a little bit more. Like that. And we'll move this down just a smidge. So there'll be, one side will be one way, the other side will be the other way. But it's still really cute. There's a type of dish that I have seen that has like patterns like that on it. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called, but this is the, oh crap. This is the vibe this is giving me. And let me grab a Q-tip. Now, if I had not sealed this, I would not have been able to clean that up. So that is the main reason that I like to seal before I do any finish work like this on there. All right. And I'll just get this side. So that's the only thing when you're trying to do the same design on the opposite side, it's gonna look a little bit different, but that's okay. Wipe that off. All right, so let's get this peeled. And I gotta be careful because now I'm getting paint on my hands. So there we go. That is one side, and that's the other side. I like this side the best. And I've got and it does look like it's the purple in the paint, so I'm not too, you know, too concerned, other than this green down here. But so that is our little bowl. So isn't that going to be cute with a plant in there, guys? And then what I'm going to do is I'll let this cure overnight, and then I will spray seal it, and that will lock that paint in. And then I will just bring these up and wash these and then put them back on the plastic. So let me grab a white, and then we'll do the eyes on our snail here. All right, so I'm gonna get black, white, and let me grab my other markers. All right, so we have a black, and we have a white. So we're gonna I don't know if I should do white with just the black dot. No, let me try that first. I don't usually do good with the white background with the black, but we're gonna try it. Okay, so I'll let that dry, and let's get our little just our little eyes in. And the baby's only got one little eye there. And then we got, this must be big Big Daddy carrying the whole family here. Oh, I don't know if I should like do the shell in in like a darker green. Let's see. I don't know. I don't want to ruin it. Don't know. Because it's not going to get in there. That's my fear. Maybe like this one, I did the bronze. So this one here, maybe I'll just do like the darker green over the flippers. No, I don't like it. I don't. So, let's see if I can wipe it. Smudged his eye a little bit. I got most of it off. There we go. All right, I think we're just gonna, I think we're just gonna leave it just like that. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna leave him. The video's getting long, so let me go in with my black, and I'm gonna use the fine tip point, and let's see if we can get our little And I am making it a little bigger than the mark that's there for the pupil because I want them to stand out. All right, I guess that is it, guys. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. Could do with light. It's the only pink I have. For his little tongue, I guess. There, she's got her little, I don't know, tongue or lipstick or something on, but that's cute. Alrighty, guys, that does it for this video. I will get you some pictures, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.